Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fitness Goal Friday. I'm super stoked that you guys are here today. And a couple weeks ago, we talked about the first on target living nutritional principle of the cell membrane. And today, we're going to talk about the second and the third on target living nutritional principles of pH balance and the source. And I'm super excited to dive into these because the second one, the pH balance, is something that people don't really think about enough in regards to nutrition, and it's not talked about enough. And the third one is super simple, and it's really easy to take action literally right when you finish listening to this episode. Literally right now, literally tomorrow, you can start taking action on the source, and it's super, super simple. But before I dive into those two nutritional principles, the second and the third one, I want to make sure you guys go check out my 10-week fitness goal setting program because it is so powerful in regards to getting people on track, getting people motivated, giving them structure, giving them consistency, and getting them the results. Because to me, I see so many trainers just like train the same clients over and over again, and they don't ever look any different or they don't perform any differently. When the reality of the situation is you hire somebody so that you get results that you haven't gotten in the past. And that's exactly what I want to get you. And I won't settle for anything less because I will help you define the goal that you want to achieve. I will figure out where it is that you want to go. And then I will define we will define 2 or 3 things that you can do every single week that will get you closer to that goal and will help you achieve that goal. And then we'll have a scoreboard to monitor your progress. And we'll make sure that we're making progress week after week after week. And I will hold you accountable to doing so. So make sure you go to nickcarrier.com/10-week programs to check it out. Again, nickcarrier.com/10-week programs. But for now, let's get into the second and the third principles, nutritional principles from On Target Living. The second one is pH balance. Now, this is something that I know for me, I only learned about pH balance in like science class when I was in 5th grade or something like that. And then science classes from there on out as well. But it's something that is super important for our body. And it's kind of one of our foundational things when it comes to our health. So like, for example, 1 to 14 is the pH scale, alkaline and acidic. And your body wants to stay around 6.8 to 7.4. That's where it would like to stay. And so our body regulates its pH balance through homeostasis, and usually through like your lungs, your kidneys, and through minerals that you ingest. That's how your body really regulates your pH and tries to keep it within that 6.8 to 7.4. But the problem is the typical American diet, the typical American lifestyle is super, super acidic, and it's getting more and more acidic, it seems like. Like things that are acidic and things that make your body acidic and things that make your pH in your body acidic are stress, lack of sleep, fried foods, alcohol. I mean, does that not sound like the typical American lifestyle? All of that is making your body more and more acidic. And when your body's more acidic, that's when it leads to inflammation, and leads to bad hair, bad skin, acid reflux, gout, all these things. Acidity is literally inflammation, and inflammation is essentially the root cause of almost every single disease that is destroying the health of America. And so the reason why that is because like when we do these things that make our pH acidic, our body is trying to work hard to get it back into that 6.8 to 7.4, but it's having to work extra hard to do so. And your body doesn't want to work that hard in order to keep your pH balance where it's at. And so essentially what we need to make sure that we're doing is we're trying to make our body more alkaline. For example, the first thing that I do every single morning is I have a water with lemon in it. And lemon is acidic by nature, but it's alkaline in your body and will help to bring your body's pH balance back into regulation. So literally you can start implementing that tomorrow. It's a super easy thing to do. Lemons are like 50 cents from the grocery store, and they last you, like I think I get 2 lemons for every 3 or 4 weeks or so. You slice them up and just squeeze them in your water every single morning. So something super easy, but then eating more fruits and veggies, sleep, movement, and trying to decrease your stress levels, all those things are going to help get your pH back in balance. And again, some of the things that if your pH is out of balance, that's when you're going to have hair issues, skin issues, acid reflux, gout. It can lead to all sorts of things, and inflammation, and which can lead to a lot of things in and of itself. So that's the second nutritional principle of On Target Living, pH balance. The third one is the source. This to me is the most important one because you can teach it to a 3rd grader and you can teach it to an 80-year-old. And it's so powerful and it's so actionable. And to me, the part of the nutrition industry that pisses me off so much, just to be frank with you, is it's so overcomplicated. Like, for example, I interviewed two experts recently, and one of them would say that you should only eat essentially meat, and you should only eat meat and eggs and protein sources. And proteins and fats are kind of the only things that you need, and you don't even need any carbohydrates. And then the other expert talked about how, fruits and vegetables are really important. Meat intake is important, but you want to kind of limit the meat intake. And so my point is, like, all these experts, quote experts, are coming at it from a different angle. When it's like, okay, who the hell do I know to trust? And this is what I found is the most simplistic thing that is almost universal in regards to most experts. A lot of experts vary in opinions in a lot of different things, but this is something that almost everybody can agree upon, and it's something that I've seen work time and time again for my clients, both because it's simplistic and because it's just what's actually true with nutrition. And it's that your food needs to come from the source of the food. It needs to be real food. So a lot of people like, are apples healthy? Are potatoes healthy? Is broccoli healthy? Yes, those things are healthy because they are the source. Like, an apple is an apple. There's not multiple ingredients to an apple. Brussels sprouts are Brussels sprouts. A potato is broccoli is a broccoli. Now, it obviously depends on, the farm and the fertilizers and stuff that are used and what might be added to these things. But at the end of the day, the easiest thing to think about is this the source of the food? Is this coming from the earth? Is this coming directly from the animal? And that's what we need to be really focused on, eating as many real foods as possible. The thing that makes me so frustrated in regards to people who count calories and focus on macros so much is so many times they will just be so obsessed with the calories when, they go to the grocery store and you look at the back of a box, or you look at a wrapper and you look at the calories and you look at the carbs, fats, and protein, but then you don't look at the ingredient list. That is, to me, what I look at first. That is the most important thing to look at, because if you see all these crazy ingredients in it, then no, it's probably not all that healthy. If there are you want to stick to as few of ingredients as possible. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. It's probably not going to be good for you. Let's take for example, the difference between apples, applesauce, and apple juice. The further away from the source, the less healthy it's going to be. And think about it this simplistically. The further away from the source, that means that it's gone through more processes, meaning more of the useful things have been taken out. For example, with apple, if it's an applesauce or apple juice, like, you got no fiber, you got no antioxidants, you get minerals are taken out. Like, all these things are extracted, so you don't get the benefits, and it's more expensive because it's literally gone through more processes. And so it is more expensive to buy. Like, I'll give you another example. Flax seeds, there's flax oil, and there's flax seed capsules. And I forget the exact pricing, but it's like you can get the right amount of flax seeds for $4 a month. You can get the flaxseed oil for like $20 a month, and then you get the flaxseed capsules for like $40 a month. And it's like, not only is it more expensive to get those things, but it's actually less beneficial because things have been extracted, more processes have been involved, so it's going to be more expensive. Just like, the source is my favorite of the three principles because it's so easy to determine whether or not you're following the principle. It's so easy to go to the grocery store and look at the grocery cart when you're checking out and be like, okay, that's the source, that's close to the source, that has 4 ingredients. Okay, that has 12 ingredients. Maybe I need to put that back. You know what I mean? So I just love that third principle, and I want you guys to think about real foods, real foods, real foods, real foods, real foods. I just hear that over and over again from everybody. Like, the people that are experts, but they have varying opinions about things, they can agree on real foods straight from the source. So again, guys, the 3 principles from On Target Living are cell membrane. Cellular health. If you didn't listen to that one yet, make sure you go back and listen to that a couple weeks ago, where I talk about cellular health and the cell membrane and the mitochondria and the nucleus and the different things that you can do to make sure your cell is healthier, because your health starts from the inside out. And then the second one was pH balance, where we talked about making it easy on our body to regulate the pH between 6.8 and 7.4. And then lastly, the source, make sure you are eating real foods. I want you guys to make sure you share this episode with somebody who is maybe struggling on their health journey right now, and they're not sure what to eat, and they've been trying different diets and everything like that, because the complexity in the nutrition industry just fires me up and it pisses me off, because it leaves people so confused. And it leaves people chasing down one rabbit hole and then another rabbit hole and then another rabbit hole, when the reality of the situation is most people can benefit and most people can take a good amount of different action by just knowing they need to eat more food straight from the source, and by just doing that and just by following through on eating more real food. So make sure you share it with somebody who you think might be struggling on their health journey, or share it with your workout partner, or share it with somebody that you talk to this stuff about a decent amount, because it's just so important that we get this across to people. So I hope you guys enjoyed these the 3 principles from On Target Living. Make sure you go check out the 10-week fitness goal setting program at nickcarrier.com/10-week programs. Again, nickcarrier.com/10-week programs, so we can all start getting closer and closer to your best you.